Well, the world started spinning there for a moment. Sergeant America here, late to the party. How late? Well, I guess Fantastic Four is getting canceled, ended. I don't know if it's because of movie rights, if they're hoping to twist the arm and get that ability to get the films back into Marvel Disney, or if they just think that the story needs a full reboot. I haven't read a whole lot of Fantastic Four. I think I might have mentioned that before. But every once in a while, a set of the series catches my eye. Marvel Knights 4, Fantastic Four, was really an excellent series. It was an exploration of the family. It starts out with them losing all their money and having to move out of the Baxter building. It really then creates a dynamic where Johnny has to get a job, the Thing has to get a job. Sue and Richard really have to explore their marriage or relationship. The children are with them, Valerie and and his name is so important now because he has the all-encompassing ability to do anything that they want. I'd have to look that up again. The Reed Richards' son has this phenomenal ability to do just about anything. And at this point, it's always a question on how much power do the children have. As of right now, they're not exploring that. They're exploring the kids as kids, the Reed and Sue as a married couple, Johnny and Thing as two opposing forces of friends who have trouble getting along. So this one was definitely the Marvel Knights series of them was really all about, as a family, how do they tackle this? How do they live without money? How do they continue to do the things they do? Not to say there isn't monster fighting in here, not to say that there's not sci-fi still involved, but it is definitely more grounded in their Earth adventures and being a little less than superheroes, a little bit more than family. So it was definitely an interesting idea. I think I often don't care for the sci-fi part of the Fantastic Four, so it ends up that I really did like the story of them being on Earth, being a family, and doing their struggles. Maybe it applies more to the soap opera aspect that we sometimes see in comics. I definitely would recommend these series. At least I have the first three of the Marvel Knights. Number 4 I didn't get because it started to incorporate older stories and the art wasn't catching me. So definitely 1 through 3 Marvel Knights. And this was in, tell you how late to the party, 2004. So as we are 10 years later, I am late to the party. The next series I was looking at was 8 years later, 2008. Fantastic Four Ultimates. I like the idea of being able to take a team and play with them to change histories. So instead of all these people getting an experimental space shuttle and going up to outer space and being bombarded with rays, this explores the Fantastic Four in their late teens, maybe just before they hit 20s. It definitely covers the idea of the mad scientist part of it, that Reed Richards is the young man who has discovered the end zone, that Sue is just equally as intelligent in her bio fields of study. Ben is a rough, gruff football player who was from Reed Richards' old neighborhood. They were friends. He defended Reed. Some of that plays back to the history of the Fantastic Four. But in this one, it's not about college. Johnny is Sue's brother, and they are all going to check out Reed's newest experiment that he has been working on to transport material through the end zone, so basically making a teleporter. An accident ensues due to Victor Von Doom's involvement. In this one, he works with Reed, and the idea is that Victor believes his numbers are right and Reed's are wrong, and so he secretly changes them. He believes at that point, though, that Reed is still the one who sabotaged it, and all 5 of them disappear in a teleporting accident, but are given powers. It's interesting to see them each incorporate their powers. It does feed back into, can Reed solve the thing, Ben Grimm's issue with the rock body? That definitely does feed back to the history of it, and I've enjoyed that part of it on, can Reed help out a friend? He fails miserably time and time again. He's still trying to pursue Sue in this. They're just dating, and it's on again, off again, because it's more realistic in the teenage of, I'm weak, I'm in love, I want you, and I'll do anything, and sometimes that sabotages a relationship. So I really thought that was good, and of course Johnny is still Johnny, dating all the girls, loving his powers. I have 11 issues of the Ultimates in that. The story does continue on through many other books, where Reed Richards eventually becomes the villain of the Ultimate Universe, and I thought that was great. How often do you see, well, now we have access, so hey, what do you think? All these years later, we're actually playing with that idea, where the hero becomes the ultimate villain. So it'll be interesting to see how Axis ends up running out, but with this one, it was definitely awesome to watch the Avengers have to fight Reed Richards and all the power that he has. It continues the storyline between, does Ben get his body back, so I would definitely recommend it for that. And, for somebody who didn't like the Fantastic Four for the beginning till now, these 2 series have really caught me on this. So another recommendation with Ultimate Fantastic Four. Lastly, the Book of Doom. Book of Doom is the story of Victor Von Doom in his own words. I believe it is outside of the canon, and as you read through, you kind of figure out why it's probably outside of canon. But it does explain more the psyche of Doom. So if you want to know Doom from front to back, from beginning to how he is now, this is a very good exploration of why is Doom Doom, but it's not for those who need the exact Doom, because as you'll see, it is slightly different from how it's been portrayed. As I've seen in Thor and Captain America, they tell you the story that you've been told is not the true story or the whole story, and so they start changing some things. I believe, maybe it's considered retcon, maybe it's considered just the best way of retelling a story and polishing out some wrinkles that are in a story. Book of Doom I also recommend, so I definitely want to say that these 3 series were enjoyable. Probably a good step in for somebody who's not a big fan of Fantastic Four or wants to know about Fantastic Four. The Marvel Knights may require that you have some knowledge in the background, because they do have children. It is the adult version. The Ultimate Fantastic Four is probably the best way of getting your toes in the pool. The full series is out there, and then there's other books that explore beyond just the Fantastic Four. And Book of Doom, once again, like I said, Book of Doom is just a interesting retelling or correction of the Doom story. So, as I'm late to the party, got to get to the next one. Thanks everybody for watching the video. I can't wait to keep seeing your videos. Bye.